It is Monday night. The boys will wrap up all the weekend's action talking footy on 7, mate. Well, we've got a lot going on here at Queensland Raceway today. Great V8 supercar action, and there's more V8 action to come as well. This time, though, with the Dunlop series. And to call all the action, we've got Aaron Noonan with Greg Murphy.
Thanks, Neil. It's race 1 of 2 for the weekend, and there's been a bit going on. Cameron Waters has taken Armour All pole position for Ford Performance Racing. It's his 4th pole of the season, only by 1/100th of a second over Paul Dumbrell. Originally, Ash Walsh qualified 4th, the points leader, Greg, but he is not starting from 4th. He's been relegated to the rear, excluded from qualifying. He missed the weigh scale, so this could change the championship right here, right now.
It's definitely going to change it. I mean, he's got a big job to do from the back of this grid. It's not easy to get through these guys. They're all fighting, the whole lot of them all the way back. But yes, Cam Waters, another superb job there to stick the NZ Falcon on the Armour All pole position. So very strong, good opportunity for him here. He'll be thinking about that to gain some points back on the leader, Ash Walsh. But I think this one's going to be pretty tight at the front.
Paul Dumbrell second in the points, 47 behind. There's 150 on the line, and Cam Waters has had a tough year. He's 5th in the points, 260 off the lead. I asked him earlier, you just going for race wins? No, I'm still in this championship. We'll discuss why a little bit later on. Rihanna's on the grid, though, with a man who's not very happy right now.
Yeah, Noons, I don't normally have to walk this far to get to our championship leader, Ash Walsh, but the punishment is what it is. It's a tough one, but that's what the rules are, and this is going to be a difficult race for you.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Rihanna. The rules are as they are, so, you know, we've had to cop this on the chin. Now I'm concentrating on trying to get up as far as I can and get back some of those points that we're going to lose in this race. So, you know, I'm confident that the guys will give me a really good car, so I'll just try and stay out of trouble and get as far up this grid as I can.
We know these Dunlop Series races, they always provide plenty of entertainment. Just stay out of trouble.
Thank you very much. I'm going to try.
Good luck, Ash.
Cheers. Thank you.
He's a hometown driver. He's from Ipswich. This is his home race. There's no one else that could claim that this is as home a race as it is for Ash Walsh. The infant's friend Ford starts down the back. 29 cars are on the grid ready to go for race 1 of the weekend. Round 5 of the Dunlop Series will get underway when we come back from Queensland Raceway. Off and rolling with the warm-up lap for race 1, round 5 of the Dunlop Series for V8 Supercars at Queensland Raceway. 29 cars to line up for this one, and it's Cameron Waters on the pole. The Mildura driver has put the NZ Ford up the front. I tell you what, a couple of weeks' time, we head to Sydney Motorsport Park at Eastern Creek for the 400. You can win a hot lap with some of our V8 Supercar Championship drivers on August 22. All you've got to do, purchase a 3-day event ticket to the event. Go to the V8 Supercar website, address on your screen, answer a simple question in 25 words or less. Winners announced each and every day from Friday the 8th of August through to the 16th of August. So you might very well find yourself going for a fast lap around Sydney Motorsport Park. For the moment, though, it's about the Dunlop Series. Bit of news going on with this series, Greg. Announced during the week, they will have a 250-kilometre feature race Saturday afternoon at the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000. Very big news for the Dunlop Series.
Excuse me, there's a few more details still to come out, but that is a big change for this championship and a huge opportunity for these guys to put on a big show. You know, a quarter distance of the Bathurst 1000, and we hear that there could be the option to have driver changes and pit stops and all sorts of things coming on with that. So something to look forward to. We'll be bringing you all the news on that one and obviously delivering the commentary for that race. Looking forward to it.
And it means the Bathurst round, which was going to be, like it has been, a 2-race weekend, becomes 1. So all the points are on the 1 race. It's like Bathurst, the main race, if you have a drummer. That's why this guy, Cam Waters, is not counting himself out. He's 260 points behind championship leader Ash Walsh. He's fast, but he's had dramas this year. He had a pit lane penalty applied after the race in Townsville because he spun Ash Walsh. Had a tail shaft let go in Perth. Had a pit lane penalty in Perth too when there were crew members left on the grid past the 1-minute board. He and Walsh got together in Adelaide, so we know he's drama fueled, no question about that. But he's done everything right this weekend so far, although he has gone too far. Except for that, just as you said that.
Luckily, and he's just finding his marks now.
Stop it there.
So hopefully, he's got an opportunity here. Ash Walsh, feel sorry for him. The rules, you missed the weigh scales. You're in a bit of strife, and I can't believe that happened. So I really feel for him because it's a big penalty for a very small mistake.
Do the crime, do the time, though.
Yep.
And the other thing was not so much a case that he deliberately avoided them.
Absolutely.
He didn't know where they were, which is an error on his and his team's
on the team's part. That's right, Noon. So a big mistake there. And here we see him lining up the last car in the queue, just coming up to form up now. Ash Walsh.
Takes his spot. He starts 30th. How many can he get by? Remember, tomorrow we reverse the top 10. He'd love to get to the 10. He's got 29 laps. Waters versus Dumbrell. Chris Pither, last round winner, starts from 3rd. Stephen Johnson back in the category this weekend. He starts from 4th, but Dumbrell has made the jump to turn 1. He is the clear leader before he even needs to think about hitting the brake. Pither is 3rd. Then it's Johnson. Andre Heimgartner in the Finance Easy car. On the outside of him in the white Ford was Tim Blanchard back in the category this weekend, but Dumbrell's got clear. Look at this, Blanchard and Heimgartner, they're teammates, and they've come together already.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. Look like a bit of a run. You can see the damage there. Heimgartner, I think, has got a puncture, which he may have got through turn 1, got to turn 2, and he's gone straight on. So definitely damage there. Pither, a huge start down the outside of Cam Waters into 3 on the first lap. Waters trying to move him over. He's still got the overlap. He's going to have the inside Pither for turn 4. He does have it. Waters will look to do the crossover. Doesn't get it done. Pither, good job.
But it's a Chris over because it's Chris Pither.
Thanks, mate.
He's come on strong lately. Chris Pither, the former V8 Utes champ. He won a race and the round at Townsville last time out. He's really growing in confidence with this Brad Jones Racing team. This is massive. Matt Hansen facing the wrong way. There's the car damaged in the middle of that.
Exit of turn 4. There's been a lot of cars involved in that. We saw this. Ash Walsh has made it.
He's made it through. Christian Limbom back in the category this weekend for the Dragon team. This is one of the ex-Gary Rogers cars, and it's got the left front hanging off it. Jeff Emery has got the right front hanging off his car. That's Walsh going by in a lap. He's gone to 18th from 30th on the grid and missed all of this drama.
And managed to stay out of trouble, which is what he needed to do. Massive damage there to the R&J Batteries entry of Jeff Emery. That's not going to go much further. But there must have been 6 or 7 cars involved in that one, Nudes.
Well, Matt Hansen was one of them. Christian Limbom, definitely. Mechanical black flag has just been given for Jeff Emery. I think he will pit anyway. It's got 3 wheels hanging left, one that shouldn't be how it is. Safety car will be called because there's been so much going on out there at the moment. Limbom's pulled up on the exit of turn 5. Here's what happened on that first lap. Heimgartner down the inside of Blanchard, a little bit of a bump, and it's damaged both cars and sent them off the road.
Yeah, he got in there and they just touched the wrong angle. It's damaged the steering or given a puncture to Heimgartner. Blanchard has to make his slow way through the gravel trap.
This will tell us some more about what went on a bit further around.
Emery.
Now, I think Limbom's lost it on the curb, hit Emery, and also got Hansen, who was trying to get by.
Yeah, Emery was the innocent party there. We got a bit of a fire out in the
hot grass.
In the paddock.
Yeah, Christian Limbom's pulled up. Hot exhaust has ignited the grass. He has bailed. And we'll get the fireys out there very shortly to put that out. Port Umbrella leads. Safety car in the Dunlop Series. The board says it all. SC, safety car. It's on the road at the moment in the Dunlop Series at Queensland Raceway. There was plenty going on to bring it out. This was the major incident. Christian Limbom in the Dragon Commodore got sideways on the exit of turn 5, collected Jeff Emery as he spun across the road. From the hit with Emery, he spun back the other way, clipped Matt Hansen on the way through. Left front is busted on the Dragon Holden. Jeff Emery's got right front busted on his ex-Craig Lowndes Commodore, and he's managed to limp it back to the lane, but we're on lap 4 and we're at slow speed at the moment.
Christian Limbom, unfortunately your bad record at Queensland Raceway continues. Just talk us through what happened there.
Well, to be honest, it's pretty positive. I got 3 more corners than last year, so yeah, looking on the bright side, that's great. But on the bad side, we've got a wrecked car. We've had some really good support from GRM. They've set up the car perfectly. But unfortunately, I don't believe we have the spares to fix what we've got there, so that'll be weekend over.
Thanks, Christian. I'm glad that you're okay, and unfortunately, that's the end of your weekend, but we look forward to seeing you at Sandown.
Yeah, thanks. See you then.
We'll see Christian in the Enduros, a wildcard entrant with the Dragon Motor Racing team. Paul Dumbrell leads the way. We'll grab another break. When we come back, we'll restart and get the Dunlop Series back underway. Green means go, and that's what we've got. Dunlop Series is back to racing conditions, and Paul Dumbrell has made the best jump. Cam Waters, though, locks up and hits Chris Pither, turns the Icebreak Coffee Commodore around. Stephen Johnson launches sideways. It's unbelievable carnage here.
And look at the fire that's broken out there, Noons, as well, and Chris Pither's car. Straight away, some fire broke out. That was a real mess, obviously.
And that's gutting because he was having a solid run. Oh, now it's caught fire. He needs to get told about this.
He needs to pull that up real fast. That's a fuel fire. So I think he's had a fuel line or something
rip off the car in the contact.
The car there. We got another fire on the grass, obviously, as you can see. But what a really sad situation of events there. Cam Waters didn't really know what to do. He sort of went in there, and then Chris Pither gave him a bit of room, and then they couldn't make up their minds what to do, and it's ended really badly.
Safety car out, Greg.
Safety car, there's 2 incidents, one at the flag, one at
Now that's, again, Cam Waters involved in another incident. He had a contact with Ash Walsh on the last corner of the Saturday race in Townsville.
Safety car moving on.
We'll have another look at this. They need to get this fire out down this side as well, but Chris Pither's okay, but he was just stopped and the rest just ploughed in. Stephen Johnson was launched in that Wilson security car, and I saw Chris Pither earlier in the day. He was riding the way from Townsville, and he qualified the best he's ever qualified. He looks like he wants to go and grab Cam Waters by the throat and rip it out.
Here we go. He's got Cam's locked up.
He's just made a blue.
He has made a pretty...
And Johnson tries to avoid, clips Waters. Aaron Russell gets through it all and gets to second.
That was a bad mistake, a bad decision there by Cam. Obviously quite desperate to make the most of the restart. Here we go again. He was just too far back.
No.
Pither was starting to turn into the corner.
He's not in front. He's locked up as well.
Oh, that's, I mean, and he's the worst possible moment. He's lost control.
Yeah, correct.
With that inside front locking.
So out of all this, Ash Walsh is 10th. And it's a reverse top 10 tomorrow. He could get to the front row at this rate. Not how he would want to do it. All the championship contenders have got drama here. Heimgartner, who was 3rd in the points, out. Walsh fighting back. Dumbrell sitting pretty up in front. Pither smashed. Waters smashed. This is crazy. Unbelievable stuff. Stephen Johnson, massive launch. Remember, he ran at Townsville. He's also doing this round to get ready for the Enduros, where he would drive with David Wall, but that car's smashed. And the order's been... Check out the order. Dumbrell, Aaron Russell, Andrew Jones, Gary Jacobson, Jack LeBrock's 5th, Ant Pedersen's 6th. He started from 14th.
There's Paul Forgy, and I was talking to him earlier today. They were so, as you said, riding a bit of a wave. Fantastic result in Townsville. They've been working very, very hard just to try and improve the bit of speed they've been lacking. Look at that. Look at the fuel and the water from the radiator that's burst. A lot of damage done to that BJR Commodore, and
flick turn to get it going again, and that's when it really flared.
Well, when you got on the throttle and the injector started to pump and the fuel started to pump through, the fuel pumps were working. You can see how much heat there is under the bonnet. So much damage being done there.
Ice, coffee, cold, and fire. I don't think they mix too well. Bring it on. Well, he's got it brought on there, unfortunately. Not the way he would like to, but
look at the radiator.
Look at that. That'll be a fair bit of damage. And this was going on a bit further down, turn 6. This Cam Waters limping back. Jim Policina punting Michael Hector as Waters has limped into the pit lane. He's made it in. Michael Hector made it into the wall. It's chaos. It's carnage. It's crazy. We'll draw a breath. We'll try to get it going again when we come back. The Dunlop Series, Dumbrell leads. Slow-mo replays are full of action, but not quite like this too often. Chris Pither, the Icebreak Coffee Commodore, involved in an incident with Cam Waters here at Queensland Raceway. Tried to get going again, and it went boom.
That is some serious pictures there, Noons, as he got back on the throttle. Obviously, a fuel line or something in the inlet manifold there has let the fuel come out, and as he got on it, opened the butterfly, she sprayed a whole lot of fuel in there, and as we can see it burning, the radiators burst open. There's all the glycol emptying onto the track.
And I reckon right about now his backside is a little bit toasty because that fire's going back underneath the Brad Jones Racing Run Commodore. So he is out, winner of the last round at Townsville, and had qualified on the second row of the grid, so that will hurt him. Fourth in the points coming in. How did it all start? Well, this is how it started. Cam Waters made a move that he didn't manage to get done, locked up, turn the Commodore around, and watch for Stephen Johnson in the background. The Wilson security forward tries to take avoiding action, but then from here on, it's absolute chaos.
Really disappointing to see that. Cam just made a poor decision there, tried to get down the end inside of Chris Pither, but he was committed to the corner. He locked a break in the NZ Falcon and turned Chris Pither around, and the ensuing damage, look at it. Stephen Johnson's car badly damaged also. Everyone else evasive action to miss it. There's Chris Pither thinking about what could have been. Very disappointing for him.
He puts in a lot of effort to bring this program together. He's a Kiwi. He's based in Sydney. He drives the truck to and from the rounds. It's a big project, but they've got to repair that car before the next round at Bathurst in October.
Garth Tander and Nick Percat just in the garage and enjoying some lunch and enjoying this action-packed Dunlop Series race, Garth.
Yeah, mate of ours, Christian Limbom's out there in his little Dragonmobile, and he's got bashed up. So, and then Pither, and it's like no one wants to win the championship this round by the looks of things. So, TVS race is always good for a bit of excitement.
Now, you yourself just had a bit of excitement in the first race today. Had some nice battles with Chaz Mostert towards the end there, finishing in 8th position, starting from 12th for the second race this afternoon.
Yeah, the car was really good in the race. We expected the car would be better relative qualifying to what we were. So, and the tyre hung in really nicely as well. So, the car was really speedy at the end. So, got a few small things we'll try and tune up for the next race this afternoon, and hopefully the rest of the place is not on fire, and we can go have another race.
That's what happens when we just need a little bit of rain, and then we'd be okay to stop those fires happening. Now, Nick Percat, you finished 12th in the first race today. We talked about it's being a bit of a home event for you because of Coates Hire sponsorship and being the Coates Hire event this weekend. You're coming off the back of what's probably been your best event in V8 Supercars at Townsville, where you had, like I said, probably your best event overall in V8 Supercars.
Yeah, it's it's starting to all happen, gel, I guess, with my team. We're all really young guys. I got Alex and Ty, my engineers. They're the two father figures of the team, and then all my mechanics are younger than me. I'm quite young still, so it's a little young unit. So they kind of keep all the kids in order, and we go race, and we're getting better. And it's it's awesome to have all 4 cars competitive. It's not the 2 red cars at the front and then the other cars at the back. But I'm enjoying being at the front, and get to hang out with these lunatics, and it's all good.
They're younger than you, and they've got to look after you. I feel sorry for them, Alex and Ty, you poor guys, and continue enjoying this race. We're about to get going again. Good luck for this afternoon.
Thank you.
Paul Umbrell will lead us back to the control line. Aaron Russell sits second. Now, he had a bad round in Townsville. They've repaired this car. It's been up to Paul Morris's workshop. It's lived up there for the last month or two. This is a little Newcastle-based team that is right on the hammer of the former series champ, the Bathurst winner. One of the biggest teams in the Dunlop series with an ex-888 car. They've got an old Stephen Johnson Jim Beam Ford, and he's currently second. He's within reach of a win. I don't think he's going to have the pace to go with Dumbrell here, but he's on target for his best ever result. When he just needs to put his head down, follow Dumbrell, look at him, don't look in the mirrors, don't look what's going on behind, and do what he knows he can do, and it's drive this car. So, however, I don't think he would have thought at the start of this race he was going to find himself in second position. Andrew Jones behind him, obviously a massive amount of experience. Gary Jacobson doing a good job. He's managed to thread his way through the carnage as well. He's in 4th. But for some reason, I don't think it's quite over yet. Ash Walsh there has benefited a massive amount. He moves into 9th position. And post-race, the investigation will be held for that collision between Waters and Pither. They're going to look at it after this one's completed. Walsh is through. That's Macaulay Jones in car 12, Brad's son, second weekend in the Dunlop Series. He'll do the rest of 2014, so it's great to have another part of the Jones family. His cousin Andrew runs 3rd at the moment. And for a young guy out of Formula 4, he works in the BJR workshop. He's done a nice job, and he's done what he needed to do, just stay out of trouble. And we saw earlier on there are others who can't do that.
Absolutely, he'll be learning a lot and doing a really nice job up there. It's a tricky thing to step into one of these cars with not a lot of experience in tin tops. He's had an immense amount of experience in other formulas. Did the Toyota Racing Series in New Zealand earlier this year, which gave him a huge amount of experience, and it's good to see him in here. Bit of a replay from turn 2.
That's Aaron Tebb.
doing a nice little 360 at the exit of the corner. Might need the wiper.
Yes, it's a little dirty. Jim Pollicina there, he was involved in that contact with Michael Hector that saw them both in the gravel at turn 6. They've managed to get going and actually run a couple of laps down there. And there is Michael Hector again off the road in the Gulf Western Oil Ford. He's one of the cars from Matt Stone Racing. And that looks like the exit of turn 2,
Yeah,
I guess.
it does. Again, another one. He is at the exit of turn 2, so he is slowly getting going again. Hopefully we won't see another safety car. There's the more replays. Ooh, went off pretty quick there. Luckily didn't bog the car down.
Rolled it out of the gravel and should be able to get going.
He'll be hoping to be able to get a lap in, I reckon,
would help.
Ending up off the road. Paul Dumbrell, our leader. Aaron Russell still doing a very good job there in second spot. A good opportunity here for him to gain a great finishing position. Ash Walsh, he's charging through the field. This has worked in his favour. He is in 7th position now. I bet he cannot believe what has happened in front of him.
It is the highs and lows, isn't it? He qualified 4th. He didn't go to the weigh scales. He was excluded and sent to 30th. He was 17th after 2 laps. He was in the 10. Remember, tomorrow, the top 10 finishers from this race are reversed. 10th goes to Pole. Pole goes to 10th. Walsh is now up to position 7. I did the numbers. You get Paul Dumbrell at front is 150 points is what he's going to get for finishing there. He was 47 down on Ash Walsh coming in. Walsh could just about get himself line ball if he can get another spot or 2. At the moment, he'd be 7 down on Dumbrell. And he's got the pace here to get Ant Pedersen in front, to get Jack LeBrock. We've got 13 and a half minutes now, and time soon to finish. He's got time to get this back to line ball or even have a little margin before tomorrow.
Which is just going to be a result he would never have thought was going to happen. So these things do happen, though, and I wouldn't have put money on the result so far. There's Paul Morris, the United Falcon, getting those miles up for the Enduros as they stream through. Dumbrell setting the fastest lap of the race so far in 11.5. Finally, they've been able to settle down, get some temperature back in those tyres, get the pressures up, and Dumbrell doing it pretty easy at the front. Aaron Russell at 12.0, so half a second slower on that lap, but comfortably faster than Andrew Jones in 3rd. So he's got to hang on for another 12, 13 minutes to gain that result. Dumbrell running pretty wide there at the exit. Everyone with quite different lines through turn 3. It's a tricky track. 6 corners here at Queensland Raceway. You'd think it'd be easy, but it isn't.
And this next part is where the 2 double left-handers lie, ready for them and waiting. They get on the right-handers okay, and then you've got to go and turn left again. This is Ant Pedersen, the Kiwi, one of 3 cars from Eggleston Motorsports. So they've got their 3 cars in the top 6 positions as it sits at the moment with Dumbrell clearing away.
Stevie Johnson, you were really counting on these laps at these weekends in the Dunlop Series to get those crucial time in the car before the endurance part of V8 Supercars, and this is not the way you wanted to be sitting in these weekends.
No, that's true. You know, we come out here and we've worked pretty hard since Townsville to get the car right. The car was fast this weekend, and you know, I mean, I've seen Cam Waters do that week in and week out, that sort of move, or crash into someone, or I don't know. He obviously can't put a price on common sense and actually learning from your mistakes, because he seems to do it a lot. And you know, it was just a ridiculous move, way too late. Didn't even get up to his rear wheel to start with, and you know, the guy's got to learn. He might be fast, but to finish first you must finish.
There seems to be a lot of damage on the car. Do you think you'll be able to get it repaired for tomorrow?
Yeah, I hope so. Matty Stone and the boys have got you know, quite a few spares. Obviously, they run 4 cars, so you know, let's hope they can put a right front corner in it, get it wheel aligned, and charge for him from back tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll catch Cam tomorrow.
Thanks, Stevie. Save that voice for tomorrow as well.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, well, we'll wait and see what unfolds tomorrow when Stephen Johnson gets back on the road and see if he gets anywhere near that NZ Ford. Ash Walsh is moving forward. He's got a move going on Ant Pedersen. He's trying to grab 6th and hang on to the lead in the Dunlop Series. Paul Dumbrell leads, 16 laps in the books. Back in Queensland, Brett Hobson has stopped the Pacific Oysters Commodore. He's replaced the Swede Frederick Lestrop this weekend, and that is bringing out the safety car. It's just been called. We've got a time-certain finish, 8 minutes on the clock, but this ex-Gary Rogers Motorsport car has stopped. That it's the exit, or entry, I should say, of turn 4 as the leader. Paul Dumbrell slides on by, but that Commodore has come to a standstill. It's got some pretty warm brakes from 18 laps of running, and this will be yet another appearance of the safety car, which we thought this year, the races being longer, more time to sort themselves out, we'd get less safety cars, but this is one that has seen this car stop, and that's why we now have to slow it all down. So Paul Dumbrell's 4.5-second margin is erased to 0, and it gives Ash Walsh a little bit of a chance here to have the field compressed. He's 7th if you've just joined us, the series leader, qualified 4th, excluded from qualifying, started 30th. Massive carnage, range of cars taken out in multi-car accidents. He's worked his way through and he's now in position 7.
Well, I hope is that we do clear that car nice and quick and get a few more laps under green. Aaron Russell doing a great job there to hold that position. He was able to pull away from Andrew Jones quite comfortably, but Paul Dumbrell obviously out front. No issues for him.
Let's have a look, Murphy. There's been some highlights. I was going to say, you've got about 28 minutes because we've had plenty of stuff going. Paul Dumbrell nailed the start. Andre Heimgartner and Tim Blanchard, teammates, touched at turn 2 on lap 1. Blanchard's got running again. He's 3 laps down. Heimgartner is out. Then this one, Christian Lindbaum has a slide, hits Jeff Emery, hits Matt Hansen, and the Dragon team. Ooh, no fire there. Well, there was a little bit of fire afterwards, not in the result sheet, but it was on the grass. Safety car came out. Emery limped back to the lane. He was out of the race in that ex-Craig Lowndes car. We got going with Dumbrell as the leader. Cam Waters, though, tried to move on Chris Pither. It sent it into carnage. Stephen Johnson launched up the side. Cars going every which way. And that brought out the safety car again, and something of a barbecue for the Icebreak Coffee Commodore, the winner of the last round at Townsville. There's Aaron Russell going by, and they had to put the fire out in the 42 car, and Pither the Kiwi was left to rue what could have been more action. Michael Hector, he'd already been off the road earlier with Jim Pollicina, parked at turn 2. Aaron Tebb, with a bit of a pirouette, drove through the dirt and managed to get going again. And we probably haven't covered it all there, because if we did, we wouldn't get to the end of the race.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think at the end of the race, when they do review that incident, I think Cam Waters, the pain is only just beginning. Potentially, I think he could be a bit of strife for that move that he did on Chris Pither. It was very late. Here's the slow-mo, the recovery that Pither tried to make, but clearly a lot of damage under the bonnet. Fuel spraying onto the exhaust. A lot of damage to the front end of that car. Let's hope that they can get that repaired for tomorrow. He was doing a great job, had a great run in Townsville, had some momentum, had some confidence, and then bam, back to 0.
Toasted, and that means that we've lost. We lost a car before we even got to the race. Ben Schutz, one of the young rookies from the Dragon team, had a drama in qualifying. His car's been withdrawn. We've lost Heimgartner, Lindbaum, Emery, Johnson, Pither. We've got 24 cars left. Now we've lost Brett Hobson, so we're down to 23. This is going to be very much almost going to be tight. A lap dash. We've got 4.5 minutes left on the clock. It is a time-certain finish. We should point out that it is always race distance is X laps. In this case, the original distance of 29, or time-certain finish. We don't just pull it up halfway through. It is always in existence, but when it starts to become a factor, then we start to show you just where the clock is. They're dragging Brett Hobson's car, looking out the window here, away from where it had parked, entry point to turn 4. There it is on your screen. So hopefully they can get that car dragged away, and we might get a 1-lap dash here into the checkered flag.
Well, let's hope that they can get rid of this car quickly. It's the safety car's coming down out of 3 with the trail of the remaining field behind. I don't know if they're going to be able to get restarted this lap, so it might mean 1 more behind, which is going to take us down to maybe 1 or 2 flying laps.
Watch for the lights on the Petters Chrysler safety car. If they go out, that means it's an indication that we're about to go back to a restart, but they're remaining on. Exit at turn 5 is where the field is at. Paul Dumbrell is the leader. He could be the series leader at the end of this race.
Safety car will restart next time around. You can increase your speed on the straights, just mate. Make sure you're doing 80 through Turn Street.
So it looks like one more lap behind the Peters safety car. Unfortunately, it's going to take our time probably down to under 2 minutes by the time they come around and restart. Paul Dumbrell leading the way. He hasn't had to do too much. He hasn't had to work too hard. I don't think he's going to have much of a sweat under the helmet.
He's had it pretty easy, Murph, and we've had so much action in this one. We're already one down in the V8 Supercar Championship. We've got another race to come this afternoon. Race 24 is still to come. If you missed what happened earlier on, this was race 23. Whincup and Lowndes in the front row of the grid. James Courtney, wham, gave it to Will Davison. Was not taking no for an answer from the Mercedes. Robbie Starr was feeling the moving and grooving. Jack Perkins off wide. Jeldwyn Ford a bit further back. Nick Percat with Todd Kelly making a big run up the inside. Lee Holdsworth and Robert Dahlgren sent the debris flying. Then Dahlgren was into it with James Moffat. Chaz Mostert putting a move on David Reynolds. Garth Tanner in the background sliced his way through from 15th on the grid. He got to 8th by the end. Adrian Burgess and the boys at Team Red watching on, but up front it was their Holden arch rivals that were having their own little feud. And there was a little bit of a switch. Lowndes made a mistake on the exit of Turn 6. Whincup pounced, but he went in too deep at Turn 1, and Craig got back down the inside.
It was a good battle. And Lowndes, he just obviously struggled a little bit to hold on to his tyres. Jamie Whincup down the inside at 3, made it stick this time, and he was unstoppable. There was nothing Lowndes could do about that when he drove away from the rest, but it was action still going on behind. Moffat had a tyre issue, as we can see. This little battle with 2 laps to go between Winterbottom and James Courtney went down to the wire. Courtney was able to slot back up the inside, out of 1, and make it stick for the rest of the race. But it was a very tight run there. He had to make sure he covered every inch of the track. Davison was putting pressure on the end, but Jamie Whincup comes home again for another win.
1-2 for Red Bull Racing Australia. Scott McLaughlin third for the Volvo team. We're going to get a restart in the Dunlop Series. The main game less than half an hour away. This will be a sprint to the flag. Green flag is out. We should get a lap or 2 in here. Dumbrell leads. Aaron Russell sits in second spot. This little privateer team from Newcastle. He's never run this far up the field. He stayed out of trouble, and he's going up against Paul Dumbrell, Bathurst winner, Sandown 500 winner, Dunlop Series champion, much newer car. But just to be this close, this is like a win for him.
As I said, I hope that he just follows Dumbrell, keeps his eyes on the back of that Commodore, doesn't look in the mirrors. He's got a good lead over Andrew Jones. Walsh looking down the inside of Peterson. Is he going to get it done this time? I think he might just get it done. He's got enough overlap. He's going to move ahead, so he's gained a couple more points here, and we may get one more lap after this one, which might give him the chance to get another position.
We should remind you, coming into this race, Walsh led by 47 points from the back of the grid. He's fought his way through. Dumbrell in front will get 150 for the win. Walsh in 6th, 102. The difference is 48, so Dumbrell would be 1 up going into tomorrow's second race, but there's still a lap to go. This will be the last lap. There's time for Walsh to get by Jack LeBrock and grab 5th.
He's just going to be patient, wait for the right opportunity. He's clearly got a faster car. LeBrock's not going to give this away, though. It's important to him as well. Walsh is going to have to use the hit on that shoulders. He's been doing it all year. Oh, he's looked up the inside. He's got LeBrock. A clean move into 2. Clearly, that infant's friend Ford working really well. So that puts him into 5th position. And that extra point, he's going to retain the lead in the championship.
That's pretty much then line ball for one race tomorrow, one big race at Bathurst, and 2 more at Sydney Olympic Park. So the weighting of the points is pretty big. You make a mistake at this end of the championship, it will cost you much, much more than it ever has in the Dunlop Series.
It hasn't been easy for him. He's had to fight for this one all the way through. Lots going on, as you said. Had that incident at Townsville with Cam Waters, who's made that another mistake today. He didn't get off the line from pole position, and that has just led to a catastrophe for him in the rest of the race. He made that move on Chris Pither. Unfortunately, it didn't come off, and he's down the back of the field.
So Paul Dumbrell will pick up the pieces, drive away from the ball. He wins his 3rd race of the season in the Dunlop Series, and he's right in the game. And you know what? He broke the lap record on the last lap across the line, a 1:10.92. That's just underlining and bolding the sort of result that he's had there. We have got a championship. It's on. Walsh and Dumbrell neck and neck. There's now a point in it between them.
And there's some big, as you just said before, Aaron, some big races to come with some big points. Paul Dumbrell brings it home after 3 safety cars, 1.9 seconds. Andrew Jones, third. Aaron Russell, what a great result for him. They're really happy for him. Gary Jacobson, Ash Walsh, there he is in 5th. Started off the back. Jack LeBrock.
Tomorrow, Murph, you know what we do? We flip it round. Reverse top 10. So Morgan Haber goes to pole. Paul Dumbrell goes to 10th. I hope we've got some cars left. We tore a few up today in the Dunlop Series. Race 2 is tomorrow. Stay with us, the V8's not far away on 7 Sport.